Let's make some celery juice really quick. All right. So I'm going to run some celery through here. It's part of the cleanse. If you don't have a juicer, use a blender, then strain it with a cheesecloth or a nut milk bag, and that's fine. You can do that, you know. This is amazing right here. This thing is running and good, right? Don't add water to your celery. Just gonna run some celery through here. Right? 16 ounces. If you need to do less, do 8 ounces. If you need to do less because you're sensitive, because you're really toxic, do 4 ounces. If you're really toxic, do 4 ounces, then work your way up. Same thing. You want to do it with the heavy metal detox smoothie. It's very gentle. All of it's gentle. What I love about the heavy metal detox smoothie and the heavy metal detox cleanse, it's gentle. There's radical, nutty people in alternative medicine, in the cultish alternative medicine out there, that all of a sudden will be like, this is how you get metals out. They make you so sick. People get so sick. Sometimes it ruins their lives. They'll go and they'll get these dangerous chelation treatments, and they're damaged for years. The celery juice neutralizes the toxins. It neutralizes metals. It helps to dislodge them. It creates a dislodging, a purging. Now, celery juice does not bind onto metals specifically and carry them completely out of the body. That's not celery juice's role. Celery juice's role is to neutralize metals, lower their strength and their toxic nature. Celery juice does bind on to metal byproduct that makes us sick, that gives us a lot of metal conditions and symptoms and diseases. People get better just drinking celery juice with their brain fog. I hear it all the time. It's like, oh my God, my brain fog's so much better. I'm doing celery juice. And part of that reason is because the celery juice is removing toxic heavy metal byproduct. That's different than the metal itself, but it's byproduct. So celery is already helping everybody with their metal problems every single day. That's what's incredible. Michelle L says it's a team effort. Indeed, it is. The celery juice acts as part of that team member, so it's really important. Now listen, some people have more toxic heavy metals than others. Some people have them deeper in the brain. Keep that in mind. Some people have more metals, different kinds of metals. All that's important to know. Somebody else may not be doing anything but the heavy metal detox smoothie, and they have a really bad case of metals, and they're not reading the details in the book about like adding additional customizing protocols and stuff. Customizing is critical, and that's what medical medium information is about. It's not one size fits all, because everyone has a different level of metals in different circumstances with what they're dealing with and their symptoms and conditions, right? So there we go. Got some celery juice right here. AW, can you let us know how long it can take to get metals out? Exactly what I'm talking about right now. So what happens is that a lot of people may have a lot of different metals. So let's go into that a little bit, okay? So I got my brain over here. One of my brains, right? Somebody may have metals in the left hemisphere and not the right hemisphere. Somebody may have them in the left and right hemisphere. Somebody may have them in the frontal lobe. Everybody's got a different situation with metals. More people might have more metal. Other people might have more metal in the brainstem. A lot of different situations. Someone might have metals in the emotional center of the brain. Keep that in mind. So we can have metals in different areas. Some people may have more mercury, more lead. Somebody might have more aluminum, more copper. Somebody might have only copper and a little bit of aluminum. Somebody might have aluminum, calcium, the bad one, industrialized calcium, copper, lead, arsenic, cadmium, and nickel. Somebody might have just a ton of mercury. Not literally a ton, figuratively, but a lot of mercury. So that's the difference right there, okay? And that's what changes everything. All right? You guys, we got some celery right here. I'm going to pour it from the corner this time. See, when I'm back here, my juicer's in the way, so I actually have to pour it from the corner. Smart. Just laughing at myself, like usual. All right, so we got some celery juice right here. How do you test which heavy metals you have? Good question. Let's answer it. Let me just cap this off, you guys, right here. Yep, thank you for asking that question. I'm going to move this down here. Just give me 1 second. Nice. How do you test what metals that you what metals you have? Here's how it works. To begin with, metals sit inside organs, so you can't test for all the metals, and you can't test for every metal in the body. It doesn't work like that. So that's important to know, right? So when you get a heavy metal detox test, they're testing a quick snapshot of time. They're testing your blood. A quick snapshot of time is what they're doing. They're getting some blood in the moment at that part of the body, right? So when you're getting your blood tested, okay, if you ever have an ink, have you ever had a tattoo, just assume you got toxic heavy metals in the organs, because that's what the ink is. It's got all these metals in it. We'll talk about that in a second again. But if you had your blood tested for toxic heavy metals, it's a snapshot. It's just a window. Meanwhile, metals can build up in your organs for years, but you don't see it in the blood test. So when they do take a blood test and they see some, that's just what's floating around in your bloodstream in that moment. They can't go and do a brain biopsy on you. So they can't be like, hold on, Mr. Wilson. We're going to see how many, we're going to knock you out under general anesthesia. And we're going to do a brain biopsy on you right now. Don't worry, we're going to knock you out. Okay, we knocked you out. You're under anesthesia now. Let's just cut open the skull and let's do a brain biopsy. And we're going to get that biopsy, and now we're going to study that on how many heavy metals you have. And here's the problem even with that. So even if they could do that, they're going to pick a spot in the brain that the metals aren't even in. Your metals can be located anywhere. They can be anywhere. They can biopsy the wrong side. The metals can be anywhere inside the brain. They can't go and dissect your brain while you're under anesthesia. You'll never come out of it. If they dissect your brain and cut everything open and look for it, it's not going to happen. So it's impossible to measure metals, is what I'm trying to say, unless you drank a gallon of lead water, and you had lead poisoning, and you literally were going into neurological seizure and coma, and you're in the hospital. They know you have lead poisoning. They can test that lead really high in your bloodstream because you just got the lead. But other than that, if we don't have that kind of exposure, then what we're dealing with is we never know. There is no analysis or test that could determine how many metals we have in every organ inside our brain, inside our liver, or anything else. You start getting Alzheimer's, you got metals really bad. A hair analysis doesn't do the trick either. A hair analysis is not going to tell you how much lead you have in your liver, how much mercury you have in different parts of your brain, how much mercury is in your spleen, how much aluminum's in your pancreas, how much aluminum's underneath your derma, nothing. You're not going to get any answers for that. I'm just going to, since I brought this up, I'm not telling you to remove your tattoos. I saw a bunch of comments yesterday and everybody's like, oh crap, I got to get my tattoos removed. You don't have to get your tattoos removed. You don't. You just have to be proactive on catching the metals as they leave your derma into your bloodstream, because for the rest of your life, they're going to leave your derma into the bloodstream. They're going to soak down through. And if you go and get a tattoo today and you hop into like a hipster tattoo place, it's a real like totally, I don't know, Hollywood Boulevard hipster tattoo place that you've been recommended to because they got the best vegan non-cruelty ink, you're just completely it's misinformation because there's no such thing. You have to have metal in the ink to get that color to pop. So light hits it and it pops. You have to have that. Christy, seriously. I'm serious. There is none. So what happens is that you have to have, it's all metal. It's all metal. It's all minerals, but not the good kind. So your ink is filled with all metal. Yeah. I don't care who says we had ours tested. There's no metals in it. No. Bull. I call BS. Industrialized metals, and they're it's fine particles. It's nano. It's actually it's like septo. It's like septo, right? So you need to know that metal is like septo size. So that's what it is. That's an entirely different size, right? That's crazy small. So what it is that's what is inside the ink, and that's what makes the light hit it. So you hit, the light goes and hits your skin, and then it pops. So you guys, we'll give you a rundown now on everything. All right, let's do it. 16 to 32 ounces of lemon water. You guys know the drill. Wait 15 to 30 minutes. Go into 16 to 32 ounces of celery juice. Wait another 15 to 30 minutes. Get your smoothie going. Do you have the free book? Go to the library for free. Library for free. Do you know how many people go to the library? A lot. I think it's like 80% of the people that get the Medical Me books get it for free at the library. And that's the way I love it right there, okay? If you want it at Amazon, it's also on sale at the Amazon right now. Incredible sale on this book. Medical textbook, all right? I'd rather do this and you get the book for free than charge you a $3,500 program to teach you how to get rid of metals, which I think is just ridiculous. I could teach you for free, a little bit at a time, and get the book, okay? And I don't control the price on Amazon. They knocked it down so low that it costs more to print the book. Isn't that nice of them? I will tell you this. I really think it's angelic intervention. I believe the angels intervened with Amazon to cut the book so low in price, regardless of whatever happens, whether I can keep lights on or not, all right, whether I can keep the utilities going, it doesn't matter. I really think it's angelic intervention. They made the price 51% off on this massive textbook on Amazon. I think it's incredible.